Nation, Brian Benincourt. What's up,
Oh,
Brian?
what up? What up, bro? We have a lot to talk about. A shit ton to talk about. There was a lot of news out for, I'd say, the last couple weeks. We'll get into that in a second, but I have some stuff to explain to Manny right about now. Okay. Here we go. Manny, you ready for the story?
Yep, I'm ready. So Brian is going to be telling a story about how him and his former associates are now bitter enemies due to some terrible problems.
From beginning to end.
All right,
so let's start.
Let's hear it.
So we're gonna start with my origin, aka where I came from and how did I get so irrelevant. Let's take a look. So basically, I was in this very small group called Chaos Crew. This group was very small at the beginning. It was myself, KING3OM, as you know, and a good friend of mine, AJ. He's more of the group leader. He was the group leader. I met AJ during a match. I don't remember where exactly. It's kind of bleak, but it was some type of match. I met him, and then I met Ty right after because Ty introduced me. I got introduced to KING3OM when AJ was meeting him, and this is when I was like 12 to 13, getting into my teen years, kind of in the middle. So that went by. Great faction. We won titles all over the place. We were amazing. We were on top of the world. Everything was great. Then another faction rolls through. That's Dark Society. That's God Gamer, Robert, Ichi, and a couple of his other friends. I can't remember all of them, but... So, I meet... at first, I think Rob is the childest guy in the world. Sorry, Rob. No disrespect.
He's a funny dude, though. He's a funny dude.
He's a funny dude. You just have to grow on him. It's kind of like Steve-O. Steve-O's a crazy dude, but if you let him grow on you, coolest dude in the world. So, that's what happened there. I'd give it about a month in, me and Rob were cool friends. We talking wrestling, we talking moments. He's telling us the funniest shit in the world. Then in between that, I finally, Manny gets close. This is when I think Manny started getting PS4. This is when Manny got his PS4. I introduced him to Rob. They became really good friends.
Nah, I've been at PS4. I think 18. It was 18.
Like it was 18, yeah. When he got 18 in a PS4 and he had the G.O.A.T 10 account. This is his Kingdom Ghost account, but he had the G.O.A.T 10 account. That was, I believe, his mom's account, I believe.
Yeah, so, it was.
but then he said, you know what? I'm gonna change my name when the name change comes out later in the year. It's like, all right, just change it. So then he changed it. So, and I like the better name now. So, yeah. But I still have your old account because it's a backup, so I still have it. But yeah, so that happens there. Then after that happens, we introduce each other, everyone's going well, everything's happy, dandy, and everything's going good. Then, the Chaos Crew split because there was some interaction with one of the old members that they added a friend of his, and it just ruined the group, and I was split away by then. Me and Ty were in Dark Society by then. We joined Dark Society, and I didn't regret that move regardless because Dark Society treated me very well. I was one of the more, kind of the rookies at that time, and then I started becoming a veteran. By like year 2, I became a veteran, and I was helping them lead the group, and I was leading the cult, and it was really well. Me and Rob were a well-oiled working machine. Then here comes the juicy part. Into play, Lunchbox Lou. Into play, Blinding Foz. Let me explain how this happens. So, Rob tells me I met these cool 2 dudes, aka Lewis and Foz, from this company. I'm
supposedly.
Like, oh, okay.
Continue.
Supposedly. So I'm like, oh, okay. This seems normal. Like in my head, like smaller Brian that wasn't that as smart. I was like, okay, this seems logical. This seems cool. Cool. New friends. Cool. I like making friends. You respect me as a friend, I respect you. And Manny learned that.
Simple.
So simple. You do that, and then we have like we did the tryout match for them in the company itself. They succeeded. I think Lewis did better because he actually I actually beat him in his first time facing him. I actually beat him clean. So, and then of course he got me back right after, which I'm not surprised. He got me back. I'm like, okay, this dude's actually pretty legit. Same as Foz. Me and Foz talking like football. We're talking NBA. We were talking WWE. All moments. Everything was going great. Everything was going great. Like, literally that first year and a half was great. These dudes were amazing. We had a lot of fun streams. If you want to go back and watch my streams, subscribe to me, go check out my old streams. They were almost in all of them. It was great. Then, I'd say year 2, it was fine. Year 3 got pretty bad. So let's talk about year 3. Year 3, I'm already grown. I'm like, I think almost 14 to 15, going into 16
I
is
think
soon
you. I
enough.
think if you was 16, I think beginning to 17. I think because you're
Like,
17
think
now,
like,
right?
like, yeah, I'm 17. I'm almost
Yeah.
18.
So
Yeah.
probably
So
middle
like,
when
so
you were
like,
16.
middle, like end of 15, going into middle 16, it got really bad. So, one time it was kind of just a little blunder that happened because I made a bad move, but then Lewis and Foz had the biggest hearts in the world, which I give them credit for. They accepted me back, so I was like, alright. That first couple months went pretty well. We enjoyed each other, we played games, we played new games. I think 2K19 was coming out at that time, so it was great. And it was going great. We did one more stream on 18 because 19 was on its way. So, which actually, that was the year I got it a lot later because, well, I didn't have the money, so I got it a lot later. But I still got it. I got the deluxe version, bought all the DLC. It's great. Everything was going well. Then something happened. I don't recall what it was exactly, but in
Wait, but fine.
between,
Before you do all that,
yeah.
explain how like they treated me though. Before
Oh,
you get to all
oh
that,
yes, oh
if you
yes.
can.
Well, the first half, if I can recall, because it was so long ago,
Yeah,
and most of
very
the
well.
time it was, offline. Just like today, I was literally just got home and he texted me. I'm like, oh, weird. So most times it was offline. It wasn't really when I was online, but when it was online, I did see the confrontation between. I think it was more you and Foz. Lou didn't
Yeah,
really
it
interact with
was.
you that much. But let me try to explain. So what happened between him and Foz? And literally Manny talked to me privately about this. So
Yes.
basically, there was a little bit of I don't remember what it was. You
Controversy.
said it was like a
I felt.
controversy. You
Alright, I'm
said
gonna say this. I felt at
yeah.
first that Foz and Lou were trying to keep me away from Brian, trying to ruin our friendship. And guys, I've known Brian since middle school. We've been good
Since
friends
middle
and best
school.
friends ever since then.
hmm
I felt that these two were
the
being manipulative and trying to ruin our friendship. Continue.
Yeah, the time that me and Manny met in middle school was when civics was starting to end and try to transfer to my hall. By 8th grade, he was in my class. I was like, oh shit, my boy Manny's in my class. Because the only time we would meet is
It's
either
gym.
is
When
like
I was
gym.
in, yeah, pretty
Like
much.
we used to play like basketball or whatever. It was cool.
With Castillo, I
But
believe.
like,
Oh my god, I remember
yeah.
his name.
Oh my god, you remember his name? I hated him at first, but then I gave him respect after. Like, whenever they did the student versus teachers basketball game, I gave him respect. I was like, I respect you. But, like, I used to despise him. For real.
I didn't even know
But
you
then he was,
did.
no, yeah, like, but I didn't say anything. I kept it in my head because, you know, it's gym class. You want to be able to play. And
Yeah.
some of the games we did were amazing. Like, he did some awesome things in there. So I give him respect for that. And if I ever see him again, I will, like, you know, respect him or whatever. So, if that ever happens. So, he is a very cool teacher. He's cool. You just have to get in his mind because he's a very strict person. I will say that now. Very strict.
Very.
But, still a very good gym teacher. It was fun. But I met him at gym. Dylan came after, I think.
Yeah, I think Dylan came.
Shit, I don't remember. Yeah, I think Dylan came after we met.
Yeah, Dylan did came after.
Because I just literally saw you and I'm like, you look really familiar. I'm like,
Yeah.
why do you look so familiar? I'm like, oh, you're one of the Civics kids. Like, yeah, I'm Civics kid. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then that 8th grade, you introduced me to Ramel, which shout out to my boy Ramel. Dude's a beast.
For
Dude's
real.
a monster.
Ramel was also
dude.
one of my used to be close friends. You know, I haven't seen him in a very long time. Haven't talked to him on
I
social
haven't either.
media.
I talk to him on Facebook sometimes, but like he's doing like
Ghost.
crazy jobs right now. He's like Ghost. He's like in and out, but definitely like when I get a chance to talk to him, I have like some nice conversations. Tell him like how's life. He's like everything's good. He's like how's everything with you? I'm like everything's good. So I get a chance to talk to him because I have Facebook, but I can definitely see why you haven't talked to him in a while. But he's doing well. He's working really hard though. Like after he left Mr. Polly.
Wait, what job he
He
has
was
now?
working.
You know or no?
No, I think he's still a senior. Yeah, he's a senior like me, so he's almost ready to get out of high
Oh wait,
school.
no, he's in 11th grade,
No.
I believe. He has to be in 11th grade.
Oh,
'cause
11th
he's
grade?
a year
Oh,
younger than me.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, he's in 11th grade, so he's not ready to get out of school yet. But he said he's doing well, so shout out to Ramel. But yeah, that's how I introduced to Ramel. And one of his other friends, which I was kind of iffy on, was Jonathan, but we're gonna talk about him. There was two Jonathans.
Yeah, true.
Quick PSA, there were two Jonathans. Quick PSA, there were two Jonathans. One was a guy that was really good in 6th grade, but then just turned really bad in 7th grade. And then one was actually pretty quiet, so...
Oh, yeah, because Jonathan used to be in my class, and, Jonathan...
the weirdest thing about civics, all the kids that got left over that didn't leave, they, like, combined us in, like, 3-4 classes. It was really weird. Like, we got combined into one class.
Yeah.
One class. One.
Huh.
Like, it was really strange. Like, for real strange. It was like...
Yeah, we adjusted a little. Like, it felt strange, but not really, because I felt like my boy Brian was with me, so it's like, whatever.
Because, like, like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I think we were, like, the best. We were like the Shield when we would do team-ups. We were, like,
oh my God,
monsters, dude. We got work done on time. We did Miss G's work, which, shout out to Miss G. Such a good teacher. I even did Miss C's work, which I actually saw her last week. She's doing well.
Wait, who?
She's doing really well.
Calabano, I think.
Calabano. I call her Miss C because
yeah, because it's a little complicated. But yeah,
but I believe it's Miss Calabano. I think it's Miss Calabano. Yeah, I saw her in my deli, because you know the deli I have in the corner. She goes there a lot. So I see her. She gave me a hug. She says, "How's high school?" I'm like, it was really difficult at first, but it's going really well. So
yeah,
it was good to see. And of course my God gracious teacher, Mr. Poley. Shout out. Dude's amazing. He taught me everything. Other than my 7th grade teacher, Miss Sherry, which, such a cutie. She was very good at ELA. And also, my music teacher was great. Everything was great. Going into high school, everything was great. Even my art teacher was really good. So, like, my childhood was fantastic. I had no problem. I only got left back once because I just struggled. I could not do 2nd grade. Then I passed it the next year, and I didn't worry about it after that. But that's the only other time I got left back. But really, it was great. It was great. Everything was going well. So that's how I met Manny.
Yeah.
Like 8th, 7th grade, I met him, and then I find out Dylan moves in my class. And I fill out. Then I find out Manny moves in my class. I'm like, oh, we got the whole squad here. Let's do this.
Yeah. And now I think me, you, and Romel were like the.
We were like the powerhouse group.
For real, yeah.
And then when Dylan got in, he was just the extra piece. He was like that X factor. He would join in, he would help us out. So it was great, and we got all our work done quicker than anybody. We got all our work done, and we got Popeyes, and it was hilarious. We had Popeyes. It was, oh my God.
Oh, we literally, I remember that.
They literally because like the greatest thing about Mr. Poley, he kept his class very easy and very simple. You had your science section, you had your ELA, you had your math, which I think the hardest section for me was probably the math section.
Yeah, I thought it was for me too.
But shout out to Mr. Islam, great math teacher.
Oh my God, yo!
Dude's
I remember
legend.
that. I remember him.
Dude is cool. Even though like I had problems, he'll still help me. Great dude.
Yeah.
Then we
Cornwell,
did Miss G.
Cornwell was my favorite.
Oh, yeah, Cornwell. He did the science stuff.
Yeah, I think
remember when we went to Star Wars? You saw Force Awakens that opening weekend or that opening week? Oh my God,
yeah.
We all went as a class because the class, the school paid for it, and we all went. Oh my God, it was such good. And we went with your dad. Oh my God.
I think. Yeah.
I went. It was me, you. We were sitting in the chair, and then when Han Solo died, we were like holding his hand, like, "Oh shit, no!"
Yo, for real. I was like, "No,
no!" I whispered, screaming, like, "No, not Han Solo!"
Yo, we gotta see the Joker again for sure, bro. We gotta see the Joker together.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm gonna try to get IMAX though.
Yeah, IMAX.
Like, I heard IMAX was fucking great. Alright, if there's a time that I'm not doing anything at all, and you want to go to Bay Plaza, just text me up and we'll go see it, because I'm down.
I wouldn't mind seeing it again.
It is the greatest movie I've ever seen! Oh my God. Yeah. So good. He's actually already getting in magazines already for interviews, like, that's how you know that shit was popping. He was in I think he was in a men's magazine, and now my mom's falling in love with him, and then now I have to deal with that. I'm like,
funny. That's funny.
Because like he's like, oh, he's a very good looking man. I'm like, yeah, he's a very good looking man. For his age. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
the way
back to the story.
Yeah, back to the story. So we had your science section, your math section, your I guess thinking it was like a science mix, because remember when we did the drinks experiment? It was like a mix kind of.
Yeah, it was kind of a mix.
Miss G's class was science slash
project-ish, I think.
Project slash cooking slash preparing. Like we had cooking in that damn class, and
yeah,
we didn't
did.
get in trouble.
Nah, the chili was. Nah, I remember when Miss McDonald was there, and like.
Oh my god!
When we first came into class, we had chili. No one wanted to try the chili, and I just like tried it. I was like, yeah, sure. I almost ate the whole thing.
No, yeah, like I was gonna try the chili, but like I was like kind of hesitant because I heard it was spicy as fuck. So I was like,
yeah. Now I like spicy. Now I like spicy now.
But then I tried it. I'm like, okay, it's not as spicy, but it's definitely that's a bit of a kicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, his chili was great though. Shout out to his chili. His chili was great.
Yeah.
We even did guacamole.
I remember we sat at McDonald's too. Remember that? We sat at McDonald's.
Oh my god, I remember that. That was great.
Like, we were all sitting down and stuff.
Yeah, we were all talking, like, I think
chilling.
we were talking about like the trip and stuff. I think it was like, I don't remember what the trip was. It was like, I think it was like to the park or something. I forgot.
I think it probably was. Oh no, wait, didn't we have to bring separate lunches to the trip? I mean, to the park?
I don't remember. It was so long. I know we had like a picnic and we like played football. That's all I remember though.
Yeah.
So long ago.
The only thing.
Here's
the only thing in life I regret. The only thing in life I regret is not graduating with you guys.
Yeah,
that
you
is
went
the
to
only.
civics.
Yeah.
We should have taken my route because I was thinking of going to MS 101. It was either MS 101 or Mott Hall. And when I saw the recommendations for Mott Hall, it was like I could literally walk there at 8 o'clock and not be late. It's right there, and that's why I took that because I'm like, dude, bro, my house is right there. Literally, when I showed you my house, he's like,
yeah, right there, literally right there.
I'm like, yeah, that's my house. He's like,
let's just go across the street.
Yeah, exactly. If you were old, I would have said like, yo, come through. Come through.
I
know you had the bus thing, so I was like, whatever. Yeah. but definitely like.
I think that was probably the most regrettable thing I did. Like I didn't graduate with you, Jenna, and stuff.
Yeah, we graduated separately. You guys did graduate with us technically, but you guys graduated separately in a separate session with the other guys. We graduated in all of us together, like Chloe, Madison, myself.
Oh my god, yo, I almost forgot their names.
Dylan was there too. Everyone was there.
Wait, wasn't Dylan in 7th grade? Well, he saw us,
shit,
though.
He was. Oh no,
Did he see us or no?
No,
did he see us?
He was there. He came to mine because he rode all the way from his house to mine because he wanted to say goodbye. I was like, shout out to you. But
he actually follows me on IG though.
I follow him on IG. I'm like, dude, you know I'm going back for another week and a half, right? And then I leave. Because
he's like, give me a hug just in case.
Yeah, no, because my final memory, and I still have pictures where we were doing the garden. This is before you came.
Oh
we did,
my god, no, we did do the garden, yo.
Yeah, we did the garden.
That.
And I came during the summer. Me and Dylan would come back and forth to water. Unfortunately, they put construction, so we had to take it out. But we did a full-on garden with food and everything. I let Mr. Poy say, hey, can I take like some of these tomatoes home? He's like, yeah, you can take the tomatoes. So I actually took some of the tomatoes home, gave them to my mom, and we made it was like salsa. It was great, and it was nice and tart, so it was cool. Like it was so cool. But yeah, we did the garden. The last vivid image, I think I gave like a hug to Tony Ann and a hug to Jenna, and then Mr. Polly walked me to my house, and I gave him a hug and a high five, and I said, I'm out, and I dipped from there, and I visited once. I did visit the new school, how it was remade.
How is the new school, actually?
They have a bike shop in there. It's crazy.
A bike shop? Damn.
Like, they can make bikes and stuff.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
It's cool, yeah.
Did you see any other new old faces, or no? Not really.
They were all, one of my old friends that was from PS304 was going there. He was an 8th grader, but other than that, everyone was kind of new. So I didn't really know anybody, but I saw most of the staff. So it was cool. It was cool. I also met, I think, the art teacher, I don't remember if you remember him. He was the guy that was with civics and then went down with us. He was like the guy that was bald. I can't think of his name.
Cabezas. I know Mr. Cabezas.
Yeah, Mr.
He was like a dean.
Yeah.
He was a dean.
He was a dean. He's actually married to the art teacher, Miss De Jesus. aka Miss Gix, aka
Oh my God, he is.
my art teacher. Yeah,
I
they
didn't
were
even know
married.
that.
Cause I have her IG, so she showed me the
Oh,
picture. I was like, oh
I think
wow,
she follows me
congrats.
on IG, but
Thank you.
oh no,
Yeah,
I saw her
I was like,
Instagram, but
I was like, oh, congrats. Like they had a new baby or whatever with
oh, they
her
did.
son
Wow.
Nicholas. Cause I know her son Nicholas. So they have
Yeah,
two.
yeah.
They have two. They have a daughter and a son. So. Yeah, so literally that's how that came up. That's how I know Mr. Cabezas, and I also know Miss Gix, because Miss Gix was one of my favorite classes to go to. So, also Mr. Coward was cool too. So,
Yeah. Wait, where's the coward? Oh yeah, I forgot who that was. Oh yeah,
so
the
yeah.
music teacher. Yeah, it was a dope class. It was
It
dope.
was because he taught us the newer songs. He didn't go classic. He taught us the
Yeah.
newer songs, like the revolutionary songs. I was like, that's my
Hip
man.
hop. Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
so yeah, so that was great. So that passed. That's how me and Manny met. The interaction with Foz, it just turned really bad. Because at first, y'all were cool. Y'all respected each other.
Yeah.
Y'all were cool. But you never told me that they tried to pull you away from me. Well, that's what you thought.
Yeah,
You
I
never
felt
told me
like
that part.
that it
You
was
should have told
mostly
me that. I would have been like, okay, I understand. Now that you're telling me this, I'm like, okay, I can understand where you're coming from. So that's what happened there. Then things got involved with Lou because Lou sucks Foz, Foz sucks Lou. You get the point.
I get the
So
point.
there goes that. So that's what happened there. Now it's time for my interaction. So I think it was earlier this year. I finished watching All Out. Such a good pay-per-view. Very good. I don't know who's better at NXT UK, but you could argue that. I don't care. The point is, I saw All Out. All Out was great. It was the first AEW show officially. First AEW show. With all the logos and everything. First official pay-per-view for AEW. As they become what we have now, AEW Dynamite. So, that was the first show. Really well done. There was really not a bad match at all. There was one like little botch, but like
Yeah,
really
was.
it was a good show. Even Orange Cassidy was. I love Orange Cassidy. That
He was
dude's amazing.
funny. He was funny.
I hope he gets in that ring soon. I can't wait to see him with the best friends. It's gonna be great. But yeah, so Orange Cassidy, dude's incredible. So after that, we did this really weird podcast, and Manny wasn't here for this. We did a podcast the day after. It was called the Dark Society Show, where we made funny-ass skits, we streamed it, and laughed our asses off. And I told Foz, and I clearly told him, I'm gonna do a roast section in the show. Either Foz forgot his part, or he just got really mad, because I roasted the shit out of Foz, and he did not like it. I told him, dude, it's a joke. I did it for the show. I can't quite remember. I said something like, your retirement home is like Tampa, Florida. It was some stupid shit. I don't remember. I talk really fast, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
So, I roasted him bad. He texts me after, like, dude, why did you do that? I'm like, dude, did you forget your part? I was supposed to roast you in the show. He's like, no, that's not cool. I'm like, dude, you said you agreed to the part. I swear to God you said you agreed to the part. And then we had a yelling battle. Then I texted him a long message on Messenger, and he's like, you know what, that's the fucking last show. Fuck you, I'm out. I'm like, alright. I just lost Foz. Screw it. And then Rob would just stand like, dude, it was for the show, bro. I'm like, yeah, it was for the show. Like, no, I don't get it. He takes things way too serious. So that was part one. Then part two comes around. I rejoin. I see Lewis and Foz for the first time because we had to do a match. So because I was back in FSW, I did a match. I actually won the title that day, but he said, "I'll forgive you. This is your last chance." I was like, "You give me way too many chances." Like, yeah, I know, but just let it hang out, alright? I was like, alright. So we let it hang out, and everything was going great. It was going well. We had a better relationship. We were getting back in the groove. Little hiccups, but not many. But then this was the last straw. So, a good friend of mine, Crazy A. It's one of the first girl gamers that I actually know, other than friends from school. She's a really good girl gamer. She's very small, but also she's like really funny. She's a funny kind of person, and she actually sounds like a guy. So she's and this was the worst part. She's like 12 years old, so it's really bad. So let me explain. So
yeah, continue.
It's 12 years old, but get this. So for some apparent weird reason, Ye texted me while I was watching football. I was like, okay, what's this? It's like, Foz is acting really strange. And then I'm like, well, it looks like a normal group chat. What's the problem with it? Just like, read the messages. I was like, okay. So then I open it, and it shows how tight is your whatever, how tight is your pussy. I'm like, what?
What the
Go
hell?
back. And then I literally just
Hold on 1 second.
I'm like, what is Fonz on? Is he on crack or something? He's like, no, this is just him texting privately. And I'm like, is that funny? Because like sometimes he even asks, like, I need to go talk to Fonz privately. I was like, alright, that's fine. So
Oh
is
my
that
God.
what was happening while you were private? She was like, not all the time, but it started happening this week. It's like, what the fuck?
Wait, what? Wait, what?
What? And then then Fonz texts me like, how did you get this? I'm like, boy, you can't do that. She's 13 years old. You
Oh
fucking
my
idiot.
God,
She's 13 years old. You pedophile.
Wow.
And he's like, oh, you're calling me a pedophile, but you're the bitch. I'm like, how am I the bitch? You're the one who's a pedophile. What am I supposed to do?
Wait, and he was talking to her sexually? Oh my God, Lord Jesus.
Like, sexual, like, because Fonz is 20 years old. Keep this in mind. 20 years old.
That's
She
kids.
is 12.
Kids, this is a good lesson of don't smoke crack before you become a
Don't
crackhead.
smoke crack. Don't drink, because he actually drinks Jack Daniels. He showed me.
Oh, I'm not gonna say don't drink, just don't drink too much.
Don't drink too much. But, like, if you want to have a good time to drink, cool, just don't overdo it.
Yeah, true facts. But, oh my God,
yeah.
I did not know this story. Where was I in all this? Where was I when this was around?
We were separate because Fonz took me away from you, so I couldn't really talk to you much.
And no homo in this. There's no homo.
Like, yo, I need to talk to him. He's my homie. And then Fonz finally said, alright, fine, go talk to him. Like, alright. So I finally got in contact here. I think I have, holy shit, she has all the messages here. This is perfect.
Oh my God, she does? Oh, great. Ooh, evidence.
She sent me evidence. I have evidence. I have proof. I still have the group chat.
Gentlemen, this is in the evidence box.
I'm gonna have to take a picture on my phone, like take a screenshot and then send it to you because
yeah,
it's
send
on the
it to me. Oh my God.
Let me go up to it. All evidence. It's all evidence, and it says damage Stormy because she was really mad, and then she put a response on the XSW chat and just really roasting him because she's fed up, she's had enough, and I can understand.
Yeah, I can understand too.
Her reasoning. It's like, bro, you're just a girl gamer just trying to have a good time, you know? So,
yeah,
and what the fuck? When I saw that, I was like, okay, that's the last straw. And then Lou has the audacity to defend this shit. I'm like, no!
So he defends pervertism, whatever it's called.
Yeah, and then Rob tells me the E-girl story, which that just blew my mind.
Wait, the what?
Okay, I had to know.
Wait, the what?
AKA the Snapchat girl. Basically, he was fucking around with a 16-year-old when Lou was like 22. Like,
oh my God.
Something don't seem right. It's not that far away. It's not as bad as Foz. But that's still pretty bad. That's 22 to a 16 difference. That's pretty big difference. So, what am I gonna do? Like, unreal. So, you have to look at it closely because it's a little bit darker, so you might need to look closely, but it's all of them. Let's start with this one, and it's like 4 images because it's like a full conversation. So, and then after that, he kind of just deleted the chat because he wanted to delete the evidence. But yay, the smart girl she is, she saved the images. The girl, yeah, she kept the images for evidence, and she showed me this. I was like, what the fuck?
Yo, for real.
Like, bro, what happened to you, Foz? What did Lou say to you to get you in this mind? I don't get it. Oh my God. I said the
That's what I'm
you,
saying. I'm saying, Jesus, help me. Take the wheel.
You could just read them on your own. But
oh, my fault. I'm designing a sneaker for 2K. Alright.
Oh yeah. Yo, did you see the glitch where they added the holiday stuff and they
wait, did you send it to me on IG
stuff?
or?
No,
text?
PS4 message.
Oh,
PS4
my
message.
fault.
Because
The picture, even though I couldn't see it, I get the picture.
You get what I mean, right?
Yeah, I get the picture.
But that's where that happened, and then I was like, that's the last straw. That's the last straw. Done. Then I roast the shit out of Lou in the chat. I roast the hell out of Foz. They bring me in the group chat. I roast all his friends. He brings in one of his other friends that doesn't even matter, and then we break up. And that's the end of the story. So from origin to past to school life to now, things have changed. I don't know what got into those two that changed when I first met them, but people change, and that's what happened. So
that's life.
That's life. So
like
that's
in the
my
Joker
entire. Movie. Yeah. That's the message. It's his life, and now he escaped a mental asylum. Crazy dude, crazy. So, with that out of the way, let's get to some wrestling news. But now you get where my perspective is coming from, right? You see my reason. You see where I'm coming from.
Definitely.
So,
wait, before we stop there, I would like to also talk about how I ruined the FSW chat.
oh my god, when I saw this chat, I'm like, this dude's a savage. Oh my goodness.
And Brian thought that I was so quiet since middle school, but I've changed, right? I learned how
No,
to
you
stand up.
changed. Nah,
I'm learning how to stand up for myself.
you've been like, I've been learning how to stand up, bro. That's a fact.
I mean, I've been knowing how to stand up. It's just that I've been quiet and no one has really
You've
messed
been
with me.
quiet
So
about it. You haven't like
yeah,
really showed it.
yeah.
And I can understand why, because like you're a guy that's pretty quiet. Like if there's a situation, you just talk about it nicely. Say, hey, let's just make it up.
And if it
Send it
doesn't
off.
work, then I turn it to violence or
Yeah,
whatever.
right. So, still, it was surprising. I was like, this man rated the chat? On what planet? But I was like, alright, I can understand. So, that happened.
Ooh.
So, that's happened there. So, now that that's out the way, I finally watched NXT last night. It's not the same as 2 hours, but I am enjoying the Ciampa stuff. I'm enjoying that a lot. I'm excited for the Ciampa Adam Cole match. Looks really good. I'm also excited for the women's division with Tegan Nox returning. Shout out to Tegan Nox. And also stuff like that. But I need to review it one more time so I can get my final thoughts. Because NXT is a lot more harder to process than AEW. Because AEW is a lot more simpler. NXT is a little bit more complex on some of their matches. So I got to process it a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
Because NXT in 2 hours is really weird. At least because AEW keeps it simple with their feuds. You can tell who's feuding with who. They tell a very good story, and and even the promo work. The Cody promo work that they did for the Jericho match.
Yeah.
So good promo. It was really good. Enjoyed it. So simple to understand. But we'll talk about AEW. Let's start with just a wild start. SCU versus
Yeah.
Amazing on the promo. So I'm guessing when they start splitting up, like this is their first taste of tag team wrestling. Like yeah, they wrestled last week, but it wasn't really it was a tag match, but it wasn't really them by themselves. This is them by themselves, and they look fantastic. So I don't think you're gonna get more promos from them. Just gotta wait a little bit because they want to get the Jericho stuff out the way, get this inner circle more known, and then they'll let him talk. So, which yeah, so that looks very good. AEW Women's Championship match. Okay, this was mixed because, oh man, it's weird because the women's division AEW has a good roster, but the matches are kind of, they're better than anything in the main roster. I'm not gonna take that away from them. It's better than anything in the main roster. That's an easy accomplishment, but it definitely needs some work, and I think Manny can even agree with me on that. It needs a little bit of work. The women's division needs a little bit of work. But the roster is there, though. They have the stars that they need. They have
decent
Britt
roster.
Baker. They have a decent roster. They have the two best stars in Rhea Priestley and Dr. Britt Baker. They have the stars. They just got to put it to use. And I'm actually excited. I hope that feud, they get a match finally.
Yeah,
so I want to see them. Yeah, hopefully fully geared. We get a match with them. That's going to be great. No, but definitely this was not a bad match. The finish, I actually like the finish. So.
I kind of expected the finish.
Like, yeah, I expected it though. But Britt Baker's finisher is the
jaw something.
The lockjaw.
Oh, lockjaw.
They basically name it because she's a dentist. So
yeah, that's a good name for it. That's probably a dope finisher name.
It's a dope name for it because she's a dentist. And by the way, little Easter egg. That is the wife of Adam Cole. Say that. That's a little Easter eggs. That's how they get some of the moves and kind of the body style because Britt Baker takes from Adam Cole. So that's that little Easter egg. That's just a little Easter egg. So yeah, so Britt Baker goes for the lockjaw. Rhea with an excellent roll up. 1, 2, 3. She retains the title. So it needs work, but it's getting better. There wasn't really a bad women's match. It just needs a little bit of tweaking with some of the spots and a couple other people, and you're fine. So it needs work, but it's getting there. Like even Manny can tell you, it's getting there. It just needs a little tweaks.
Little more better work, but it's getting there.
More better work, but it's getting there. It's almost getting to a very good women's division. And the talent's there. They just need to work on little tweaks, and then it'll be all right. But definitely not a bad match. There was no bad match in this card. Like the MJF match, it was bad because there was botches. This card, no bad matches. It was all.
Oh wait, there was no MJF in the.
Oh well, actually, he did show up last week, but he did the chair shot, I think it was, and then that was the attack, and which we'll get to the main event. There was some interesting stuff there. Next switch.
Lucha Bros versus.
This match was still very good. Jurassic Express. Look, I know it's gonna take a while to get used to, but just give it time. Give it time. I'm already getting used to it.
I was about to say it, but it's like I got caught for a second. I'm like,
yeah. Jurassic Express.
I thought it was a really entertaining match.
They put Marco Stunt because Luchasaurus was injured from a other match. But it wasn't like a big injury. It was a minor
did really
injury.
good though. He sold out good.
Yeah, for Marco Stunt, the smallest man in that match, he looked
actually
great.
AEW, I should say.
Yeah, he is one of the smallest men in AEW. He looked really good. Like he was like him and Jungle Boy have a really good chemistry. So
yeah, definitely.
And also the Lucha Bro. I'm sorry when he got hit with that super kick, I thought Marco Stunt died. Because
I just saw that now.
The way the Lucha Bros do their super kicks is just
damn.
Oh, you think he's dead? So I think, but definitely still, Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt showed that even though they have no Luchasaurus, they could still compete. So do I see them winning the tag titles in the near future? Yes.
Definitely.
When? Not sure. Maybe that big, like, WrestleMania Royal Rumble moment, you could put him on the top. But definitely, even no Luchasaurus, which I believe Luchasaurus is returning whenever they have the next match, he'll be back. But that was because I think he got injured in one of the matches, but it wasn't like it was a minor injury. It wasn't like nothing major. It was a minor injury. It was like one of the spots he landed kind of awkward. But
now, main event time, I think, right? Is it?
This is my favorite match of the night. Let me explain
I think so too.
Let me explain the stars of this fucking amazing match. Where is
Company
it?
2.
Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, Jon Moxley, Pac. This match was fantastic. These 4 men have some of the best chemistry in this company. These are the stars that you want to see. And it's really giving Hangman Page a lot of recognition in these big matches. They're giving him huge matches.
And also Kenny Omega too, I would say.
Yeah,
though,
Omega, a lot of people were shaky when Omega came to America. But now a lot of people are like, okay, this is the Kenny Omega I want to see.
Like, I get the picture, but at first he was a little off for a while due to losing a lot, and then now
he was losing
he's looking
a lot.
pumped up for this match.
He also, it's been years since he wrestled because when he joined AEW, he barely had any matches. Only one he had was like, I think Shima, I believe, and another tag match. But other than that, he didn't really wrestle much. So he was kind of rusty in a way. Then he had the match at Double or Nothing with Jericho. He did all right there. Then he had the Shima match, which was a lot better. And then he had All Out, which the one with Pac was much better. It was getting better. Like it started slow and then he got really good. So the Pac match was good, but he gave up Pac.
Now Moxley and let's talk
about Joey Janela match. This Joey Janela match, this gave Kenny the recognition he needed. This match,
I think Joey Janela too.
And this was a dark match. That is the greatest dark match I've ever seen in my life.
For real. I think they're also giving Joey Janela a little credit too.
Yeah, bro, because he wasn't on this. He hasn't been live yet, right?
Yeah, he hasn't wrestled. No, he hasn't. He didn't wrestle. He hasn't wrestled since.
I think next week we're gonna finally see Joey Janela live.
Yeah,
I could see it. So
I think also that we haven't seen him wrestle since I think Fight for the Fallen, I believe.
No,
actually no, All Out. I'm sorry, All Out.
All Out, because they have the Cracker Barrel Raw.
Yeah, which was a very entertaining, good match.
It was so entertaining. It was so good.
Now I have to say something about this, Brian. Sorry for cutting you off, but I just gotta say something about Joey Janela, man. Joey Janela is starting to become one of my favorite stars in AEW.
I agree.
I
agree. I want to buy his merchandise. His merchandise is nice.
Yeah, it's
like
good.
He is a really at first I didn't know who Joey. Let's be honest. Did we know who Joey Janela was?
No,
I didn't know who
not
he was.
really.
But then I see the Fyter Fest match. I'm like, okay, I can start to get behind him. Then I see the All Out match. Okay, I can get behind it. Then I see this mega match. I'm like, okay, nope, I'm a fan. This dude is crazy. This dude's amazing. This dude is awesome.
So now I gotta say this. Even though his gimmick does not say that he's a world champion, he has proven to me just because of his because of his fighting style and because of his resiliency, he can become a world champion.
Yeah, his resiliency, his promos, the promo he had on Moxley, and also his work in the ring is fantastic. Even though his gimmick doesn't scream world title, I wouldn't be surprised seeing him a world champ or even a higher end champ in the near future, because that dude deserves it. Dude works his ass off to show that Joey Janela is not a fake person. He's a guy to send shockwaves to the AEW roster, and my God, he's done it so far. So great job, Joey Janela. I hope you get on TV, see that big loud reaction, and dude's incredible. So good stuff there. But let's talk about this match. This match was insane. Moxley and Omega finally fought off for the first time, and it looked fucking great. I'm excited for. I'm guessing it's gonna be like last man standing or falls counting.
It has to be around that area.
Yeah, bro. Literally, this is how you know they're building this feud. No DQ, right? So Pac is out of the ring, Hangman Page out of the ring. Omega Moxley grabs the barbed wire bat. No disqualification whatsoever because
both of them actually too.
Like
distracted
the referee was like trying to tend to. He turns around, he sees the bat, nothing gets called. I'm like, oh wow, they're really going this route. So they went that route, and then it just got intense. Like after they did I think they did that lariat.
Oh my God!
He was like bang, lumps him right. They were going like yes, boo, and then they do like the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens doing the hands, and then they go off the ropes, and then Kenny hits something that was like a V trigger. Then he comes back around. big lariat from Moxley, and both of them dropped, and I went insane after that. I was like, oh my god!
This is how you know
amazing.
that at Full Gear, this will be one of the matches of the night, for sure.
This is gonna probably steal the match. And I think the only one that has a chance is probably Jericho Cody. But other than that, I don't see any of the match stealing this show.
I think also Lucha Bros. LAX versus Young Bucks.
Yeah, that can also steal the show. But this will be at least close second. I can see this being second for sure.
I think this will be first. I think.
You think it's gonna be first? Okay.
Yeah.
So
first.
we'll see. We'll see. But definitely. The Moxley Omega feud is one of the most interesting hardcore feuds I've seen in a while.
True facts. Better than WWE so far in promos.
Yeah, man. Like promo wise, even though Moxley hasn't done a live promo, I've seen like his YouTube promos or like his video promos on like Being the Elite.
He's really good.
An amazing promo, dude. Incredible. I don't know why Vince didn't let him take that talent, because that dude can kill a killer promo.
Now though, tell me this. Tell me this. I just saw an Instagram post recently that AEW had its third successful week. Now, we said recently in the past, on your stream yesterday, I believe, that this was not going to be a war. Since AEW has swept NXT,
recently, yeah.
Do you think that it's still a war after what people are saying? Like, your thoughts?
Alright. Okay. So, I'm gonna try to explain my reasoning. So, at the beginning when this was all hyped up, that NXT's moving to Wednesday nights. This wasn't really AEW because I already know AEW's moving to Wednesday nights. It was NXT that was surprisingly moving at Wednesday night at 8 p.m. When it was announced, I'm like, okay, this is probably gonna be a war. Because it's the same timetable, same time. But then I see the first week of the ratings. And NXT barely cracked 900,000, while AEW cracked 1,400,000. I'm like, that's really good. Then the second week, AEW went down just a smidge, but still had 1 million. NXT didn't even reach the 1 million. Then the third week, AEW reached another 1 million. So, I think it's not a ratings war, because NXT's not even in the millions yet. AEW already is in the millions, and we're not even. This is only the beginning. We haven't even been to a pay-per-view yet for this group. So to me, there's no war, because yes, you could have your takeover, which I think they're gonna start promoting very soon. Which I will also be watching that. I'm just hoping it's not on the same Saturday, because that's gonna be really annoying. Just please no. I hope not. But yeah, because I know AEW's pay-per-views are on a Saturday most times, so. It could be moved to Sunday, but we'll see. But yeah, so I don't really think there's a war there, because really we're just getting good wrestling. The main roster's been dreadful for months. We've gotten no change at all. The only good change we've gotten is Bray Wyatt, but that's not even change, so they're just showing his potential. So
yeah.
Other than that, I don't think there's really a war there, because AEW is still in the millions. They've not dropped a single bit. They've only dropped a little bit because the last part. But other than that, it's been all millions. NXT hasn't even cracked the 1 million range. They've only gotten 800,000, 900,000. Like, not even 1 million has cracked it. So I think there's no war here. But
do you think it's a sweep though?
I think it's an AEW sweep. I think this is all AEW. Even if there was a war, I still don't think there's a war. But even if you want to say it's a war, fine. But if you talk to me and say, hey, did you see the ratings? I'm like, oh, I don't care about the ratings. I just want to see good wrestling. And that would be my answer. So, to me, there's no war. But I see people where they're coming from where, oh, there's kind of a war. I'm like, yeah, there's kind of a war. But AEW's already had 1 million on 3 or 4 of their shows. They already have 1 million. And their AEW Dark almost got like 1 million views. So
wow, for a dark match, that's very impressive.
Yeah, and the best part is Taz is in the next dark show next week. So
even more interesting.
Even more interesting, because Taz is gonna be back in commentary. Should be fun. So you can see AEW Dark, even though it's not. And the best part about AEW Dark, it's not overshadowing Dynamite. it's helping Dynamite. It's not overshadowing. That's the one thing I was nervous about when they announced AEW Dark. So I'm like, it might overshadow it with the matches. Not really. It actually complements it.
I think it helps it. I think it helps
it out. It helps it out to get more viewers from YouTube to go watch the product. So, so I don't think there's a war, but I can see where people are coming from where there is a war. But I definitely think there's no war because we're gonna find out the true results in about a month. Say about end of November, going into Christmas, we will find out if it is truly a war. Because right now I can't tell you if it's a war or not. But I will say there's no war there. In my opinion, there's no war. But that's my consent on it, I'll say. Because I know a lot of people have been asking, is there a war? I'm like, there's not really a war. So, that's my consent on it. Main event. This definitely got overshadowed, but this main event was still very good. Jericho, Darby Allin, Philadelphia street fight. This was more of a showcase match to show Darby, to me.
I think it was. I agree with you on that.
This really gave Darby some credibility that everybody knows he has. He proved to the world that Darby is a star, and I agree with that. Darby, he's a fucking star. So
Darby reminds me of a young Jeff Hardy.
Young crazy Jeff Hardy but I think Darby knows what he's doing a lot more than Hardy. He knows what he needs to do. Hardy was kind of all over the place, didn't quite. I know where I need to focus. And his finisher is so simple, but really good. The coffin drop.
It's a cool drop.
It's a cool drop for what it literally him going in a coffin position and dropping down. And his skateboard. That skateboard gimmick is nice.
It's real good.
It's really good. When he attacked Jericho off the skateboard, it was fantastic.
It was probably one of the hottest attacks I've seen probably in a while.
Yeah, seriously. And skateboarding and wrestling makes no sense. It depends on your gimmick, but it doesn't make any sense. But Darby here makes sense because he's a darker kind of gimmick. And when Jericho takes his hands, I'm like, oh no, where is this going? Where is this going? And then I'm seeing Darby jump with hands behind, tied his back like fucking Orange Cassidy. I'm like, oh my fucking god, this dude's insane. He jumped through the ropes, hands tied behind his back, tape wrapped up, jumped off. Crazy. And of course Jericho did win with it wasn't the Judas effect, I think it was the walls, I believe.
Yeah, due to some interference from Jake Hager.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Which I gotta say something first. I gotta say something first about that before you go. I'm going to say this right now.
Yeah.
This match.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, right?
I'm not
mad at the Jake Hager because it's building the Inner Circle's group.
Yeah.
But it's a street fight, man. Like, oh man.
I get it, but at the same time, I just gotta say this. Look, I get it and I don't get it. But mostly I don't get it. Now, this was starting to become a very good match. I thought this was
agreed. Yeah.
But when Jake Hager interfered, I thought, oh my gosh, why? But at the same time, I understood it. It brings the Inner Circle.
I understood it.
Like you said, Brian. But also, at the same time, Jericho could have beaten Darby by himself. I think he could have beaten Darby.
Yeah.
Like you see, I get it if it was I would have gotten it mostly if it was like for a big star. But I just thought that Jake Hager should not have interfered in that match.
Yeah, let me get my 2 cents on it. I'm definitely not mad, and I can understand where the Jake Hager stuff comes into play with the Inner Circle because Jericho has a lot of control, so I can understand that.
Yeah.
But doing Darby like that was, oh man, why'd it have to be Darby though? Like, and also, funny part is it was no DQ, and I hate when people interfere in no DQ matches. Makes no sense. It's a no DQ. This doesn't involve you. It's between the two wrestlers who want to kill each other. I don't get that. But I will say AEW does a lot better than WWE. I'm just going to say that now. They do it a lot better than what WWE does. It looks more reasonable than what WWE. But I definitely will say it definitely shied away just a smidge. It didn't ruin it, but just a smidge off Darby. I will say that. But Darby still looked like a fucking star here. This proved to me he is a star. And actually, he is one of my wild cards in this division. just gonna say it now. He
I
is
could
my
see
wild
that
card in
too.
this division, but I'm really liking Darby Allin right now. I want to see more of Darby Allin. I'm just gonna say it now. I want to see more of Darby Allin, and I want to see where this is gonna take him from here. So, but it's definitely an exciting time to be a wrestling fan. I'll just say that now, per se. But that's really my 2% on that finish. But really, other than that finish, the episode itself was really good. Another good episode of AEW Dynamite. Again, they're killing it. Like, what else do I have to say? Like, I expected this going in. Yes, they have a couple things they have to fix, a couple commentary issues, stuff like that. But that's minor stuff. Most of the major stuff, the wrestling content, it's great. So, like, I don't know what else I have to say about it. It's just good wrestling. If you want to see good stories, if you want to see serious wrestling, go watch AEW. Go, because the tag division is heating up. And next week matches, both semi matches are actually going to be on the card. We have Private Party versus Lucha Bros and a Dark Order versus SCU. Both matches are happening on that same card. And then on the 30th of October, at Charleston before Halloween, we're gonna get the finals for the new tag belts. So it's getting hot, boys. It's getting hot. It's getting hot in the tag division. It's getting hot, boys. It's getting warm in there. So get ready. It's gonna be a fun time. So, but that's my 2% on the pay-per-view. Another great show. This is a solid 8 out of 10. And my only really bad con was the women need a little bit of work, and the finish kind of shade away a little bit from Darby. But other than that, everything else was great. Just saying. But other than that, everything was great.
True facts.
So, again, like, I'm so happy I don't have to sit this dreadful fucking WWE, which Crown Jewel's on the 30th, because I actually get off, on the 31st, and I don't give a fuck. I'm not watching it. Fuck you, I'm not watching it.
I'm not watching it. Especially...
Because you're telling me the Fiend is gonna take on fucking Seth Rollins when you just drafted him to SmackDown. And then you're gonna finish the feud in Saudi Arabia, and I'm probably gonna be another stupid DQ finish. Oh my god, man.
And to be honest, Crown Jewel doesn't look really that much exciting.
It doesn't. All we're getting is just, what, Tyson Fury, Braun Strowman? Who the fuck wants to see that? Cain Velasquez. Maybe Cain Velasquez, Brock Lesnar, because that could be kind of interesting. But other than that,
Team Hogan versus Flair looks.
No, because you lost Seth Rollins, because Rollins is gonna fight the Fiend now, which makes no sense. So now you need a captain.
You need a new captain.
I give y'all one more chance to try to get your shit together on the draft. And what do? You flop!
Very much flop.
But, yeah. So I'm done with it. I'm just gonna move on to AEW, honestly. And NXT.
Yep.
So that's what's this is going on there. That's basically the 2% on it. It's sad, really. It is for WWE. It's sad. There's so much good talent too, just wasted. That's why Mike Kanellis asked for his release. This is why. So I can understand it. I don't. It's crazy.
Understandable. And wait, we got to talk about NXT though too.
Oh, that's right. Let's read to NXT real quick.
So NXT, the first match
NXT
of the day was
hold up. Let me see. Oh, the ratings just got released.
For what?
For AEW and NXT. I have it right here. So, the news is AEW went up 25%. AEW still had 1 million views, though. Even though it dropped to 400,000 viewers, he dropped to 28%, they still had 1 million views. Because NXT's premiere views was 1.1 million. But then it continuously dropped to like 900,000. And NXT dropped again. So yeah, I'm telling you, there's no war. So honestly,
it's just complete demolishment.
They should just stop reporting it. Honestly. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Finn Balor wrestled in fucking Poland. Oh shit. NXT did their because NXT does live shows. Oh, I remember now. So NXT did their first live show, and Finn Balor was in action. He took on Castizono, and he won. Oh, cool. All right, cool. Cool. All right, now to the real NXT results. Okay, we're gonna start off with a really hot match. The return of Tommaso Ciampa versus Angel Garza. That's the brother of
cousin.
Fuck it, what's his name?
Cousin Humberto Carrillo.
Cousin Humberto, which got drafted to Raw, which I don't know why y'all did that to him, but alright. This was a good match. Good way to start. Definitely wasn't the best match of the card, but definitely it showed that Tommaso Ciampa looked healthy. He didn't look bad in any way. He looked really healthy. He looked like, I want to get back in that ring. And when he got back in that ring, Daddy's home. That's all I can say. Daddy's home. So it was basically a showcase match for Tommaso Ciampa. And of course he won easily with the, I believe it was Project Ciampa, I believe. Wait a second. Yeah, he hit him with the, the knee. On Garza for the win. So, very good match. Nothing crazy, but good match in itself. After the match, the Undisputed Era came out and gave a USB drive to Mauro for some reason. It was like he tossed him a USB drive. I don't know what's in there. That could be anything. So, we'll figure out what that is. And Mauro took it to the production truck, and they're going to take a look at it and see what the footage is. We'll probably find out next week what the footage was. And then, of course, Velveteen Dream backstage, of course, with Adam Cole, basically taking his sentence on Roderick Strong and stuff like that. So, pretty good. Next, we had one half of Imperium, Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel versus Orny Lorcan and Danny Burke. By the way, 2K, what the fuck you did to my boy Orny Lorcan? This man does not have fucking hair on his head. Fuck you, 2K. Fuck you, 2K. You fucked up my boy Orny Lorcan. We can have a fucking. Alright. That's next week, Brian. That's next week. 2K's next week. Jesus Christ. Okay. This was a really good tag match. Imperium is showing me that they are really House of Fire. They're really a good ring general team with Walter. Because Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel are really good. They're really good in the ring. They're very agile. Same as well as Orny Lorcan and Danny Burch, of course. That team is very good. So, very good tag match. I enjoyed it. Next, we had kind of a small squash match. It was Io Shirai versus Kaden Carter, which is Casey Lane. This match was okay. It was basically just a showcase match for Io. Io wins easily. But then, things got spicy. Io called out Rhea Ripley. And everybody's wondering, why the hell did she call out Rhea Ripley? Rhea Ripley came out, took the mic, and said, if you call me out one more time, I have no problems destroying you. So,
we're putting you down.
We're putting you down. I'm guessing we're probably going to get an Io Shirai Rhea Ripley feud. Which I'm kind of down with, but we'll see how it plays out. But it's interesting. It's an interesting feud between those two. Because we thought the feud was going to be Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley, but I'm guessing that feud's going to hold off until Rio does this one. So we'll find out what happens when the takeover stuff starts popping up. But definitely pretty good stuff there. Next, we had a world turn out of nowhere. K3 versus Dysodovic. Again, this match always exceeds expectations.
Very
but
much.
This time, #1 contendership for the NXT North American Championship, because a certain person could not make it. I believe it was Velveteen Dream on the Heinous Attack. Gave Dysodovic and Keith Lee the opportunity to face Roderick Strong. Again, another good match. This match was really good. I enjoyed these two. The chemistry is fantastic. Like Dysodovic is something special. I don't know why people are sleeping on him. He's something special. So
Definitely.
agile in the ring, man. It's crazy how agile he is. It's crazy. But also, my boy Keith Lee. By the way, I'm taking his theme song. His theme song is fucking great. I'll take his theme song. It's gonna be great. So Keith Lee. This goes to a no contest because Roderick Strong comes in, hits him with a flying knee, and then basically beat the hell out of both of them and ruined the match. So the match was going really good. They were going to do a high spot, and then once they got back down, Roderick Strong came in, kneed Keith Lee, and then kneed Dysodovic. And then Willie Regal comes up on that black stand on the top and says, "That's it. Triple threat match next week for the NXT North American Championship." And then everybody goes wild. We're like, "Oh, we're going to triple threat match. Let's fucking go." So that's going to be a great match. Next, we have Bronson Reed versus Matt Riddle. Nothing crazy here. This is kind of more of a simpler match.
Yeah,
Matt Riddle picks up the win, basically just to get him some wins. Basically comes out, press combination, hits him with the bro sleep, powerbomb, and then the final flash for a 1, 2, 3. So nothing crazy there. Next, big return. Tegan Nox. Welcome back, Tegan Nox. She is basically Nixon Newell from the UK. So Tegan Nox, welcome back. She took on Tanera Country. She's basically the Brazilian girl. Tegan Nox is okay. It just felt good to see Tegan Nox healthy. Like, that leg looked really healthy. So I'm happy to see that. She got injured really bad at a live show, and I felt bad. I'm sorry, no, not a live show. During the Mae Young Classic, she got injured. I felt really bad because I thought she was going to win it that year, but she got injured. But she's back, and she looks really good. So shout out to Tegan Nox. I hope you get up in that women's division and show these women who they are. So it's good for her. Match wasn't crazy, just showing Tegan Nox how she works in the ring. Of course, getting like nice hellos and stuff, and she looked very well. She wins with her finisher. 1, 2, 3. Nox takes the victory. A couple minutes after, Baszler comes out of nowhere, and Shayna Baszler and her group basically taunt Tegan Nox and being like, I'm like the big girl in the house. Don't like you can't come into my house and just do that. So, I don't know where this is going. Much. Yeah, basically overpowering and showing that I have a lot more dominance. So, it comes in. Then, out of nowhere, Bianca Belair wants a piece because they did a promo, and then she wants a piece of Shayna Baszler. Then Bianca Belair goes on Twitter and asks, "Can I get a shot?" Like, everyone's asking for a title shot. Like, everybody wants Baszler right now. So, we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Then we had, before the main event, we have Killian Dane and Boa. This was a squash match for Killian Dane. Easy victory here for the Belfast. So, easy victory for Killian Dane as he tries to build his stock back up after losing to Matt Riddle. So, this was my favorite match. Main event. Pete Dunne versus Damian Priest. Oh my god.
This was a match. I think this was... I'm gonna say this right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, my fault, guys. I think that this match was better than the main event of AEW. I'll definitely say that right now.
I'll give it that. Wrestling ability-wise, I agree. Even though it wasn't as wacky as AEW's, this was still this was high quality. This shows that Pete Dunne's still a main event player. Damian Priest. Shout out to Damian Priest, aka Punisher Martinez. Dude's amazing in the ring. Oh my god. I love Damian Priest. Even though he's a heel, you want to love him because he's so cool. Badass. Damian Priest. And this feud started, I think it was like the following after when AEW premiered.
Yeah,
he attacked Pete Dunne and then showed like he did the bow and arrow, the archery. to the screen. Everybody's like, "Oh shit, it's gonna be Damian Priest versus Pete Dunne. Oh shit, this thing's about to be amazing." Like, everyone went crazy. So, and then of course, with no surprise here, building Damian Priest's stock, Damian Priest picks up the victory with the oh god, what's the name of it? Damn it! I think it's the Arch of Infantry. Knocks it out. Game over. 1, 2, 3.
A low blow.
Damian Priest, yeah, low blow. Hits it. 1, 2, 3. But Pete Dunne showed that he can fight like bigger dudes. Like, this dude put Damian Priest to a war. Like, Damian Priest didn't go out that easy.
Facts.
Like, this was great. This was my favorite match of the night. Favorite match of the night. Because all the other matches were good. It basically was more show-off matches to get the guys back in, like Ciampa and stuff. That was good, though.
Yeah.
That was quality. That's the one thing I love about NXT. They have quality matches. That was quality.
True facts.
And that was NXT. It's not bad off NXT. Slightly not as good middle card as AEW.
Yeah, I think the middle card did better.
That was one of the best mid cards I've seen in a long time for AEW.
Actually, in any wrestling company, really.
Yeah, seriously, because usually the middle card is nothing. When you put Moxley, Pac, Hangman Page,
Lucha Bros, and the Jurassic Express.
Lucha Express, and then a couple, and then
the women's match was decent.
And then the women's match was decent, but it definitely was more the middle of the road card, the middle of the road match. But if you put those two in the mid card, that's how you know your roster is stacked. Like, when you put them in the mid-card, not even the main event, the mid-card. The mid-card has that. It's like, oh, your mid-card is fire. Just saying. Like, Jesus, that's a good mid-card right there. But overall, another good episode of NXT. They're always killing it, but it definitely didn't overshadow it all, so there's that. But those are the two Wrestling Wednesday Wars. Tonight we have another dreadful episode of SmackDown, and then Monday's Raw.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch SmackDown. You gonna watch SmackDown, or you don't know still?
I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted. Conflicted.
Yeah, I have a little bit of bad feeling. Like, should I watch SmackDown because it wasn't really that good last week?
No.
So
yeah, because like after what I saw last week's draft, like it almost made me wanna literally kind of just cry. Like, what have you done, bro? What have you done to SmackDown? And the worst part about it, like, whenever the 2K influencers went to the event, they were actually there. Like, a New Legacy, Brandon does everything, and everyone else, they went to that SmackDown, and they were all disappointed. I was like, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Because, like, they were all there live watching, they're like, what the and then when they saw the Fiend pick, they're like, oh, I'm out of here. They all left.
Oh, they did? They left as soon as the Fiend was shot to the SmackDown?
Oh, yeah. New Legacy Johnny left right after that. Because he's like, no! And I don't blame him. No!
It doesn't make sense, though. Why would you put him on SmackDown when he is supposed to verse Seth Rollins on Raw? Or they could be doing the Fiend on Raw while Bray Wyatt regular is on SmackDown.
That would be the dumbest shit in the world.
That would be. Like Bray Wyatt has 2 wildcard rules.
And then the worst part about this news, you know when I told you that they burned down the Firefly Funhouse?
Yeah, that was probably...
We found out why. Fox doesn't like the Firefly Funhouse. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. But that was your one popular segment!
That was.
Keep that in mind.
Firefly Funhouse was probably one of the greatest segments ever in a while.
When Firefly Funhouse comes on every episode, you get excited. You sing the song
for the first time.
Well, yeah, you're like really glad
I actually still sing it. And this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
And then Bray Wyatt comes out, he's all happy, jitty, he's got all his characters, and it's great, it's fantastic. But
it's good promos too.
It's like, oh dude, then why did you draft him to SmackDown then? Should have kept him on Raw.
For real.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Raw needs that anyway, cause Raw has
Raw barely got anything in the draft. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
no one new.
Raw needs the Fiend.
Raw needs the Fiend, bro. The only thing they maybe got decently, but they haven't used them, is like Andrade. But other than that,
yeah. I think
I got
Andrade.
nothing else from that. At least SmackDown benefited because they got Drew Gulak, so they benefited from that. If you give Drew Gulak a chance, it'd be
He
pretty
could
good.
be a star. I see now. I can wish him to
Same,
be a
same,
mid-card champion.
same as Buddy Murphy. You put him on Raw, give him a chance to shine. He won last week.
I
And a very
thought
good
that he
match with
should have
Cedric
stayed on
Alexander.
SmackDown. He would have gotten a more better thing.
I also think that too, but I'm not sure if USA wanted him or Smack or Fox wanted him. Like I don't honestly don't remember what the reasoning for that was.
Ali should have went to Raw, but he should have stayed in SmackDown.
Yeah, like switch those two opposites.
Yeah,
but at least they're using Buddy Murphy. He had a decent match with Cedric Alexander.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
But he did get a little pop relevant for like 2 months, right? Was it 2 months?
Yeah, he got a lot of real MC. A lot of people were like, "Oh my god, this dude Buddy Murphy's amazing!" Like everyone's like, "Oh, Buddy Murphy's the god himself."
Ever since like the Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns / Eric Rowan feud.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, after that feud, like
he just died out.
Everybody was excited. Like, yo, what's Buddy Murphy gonna do? Is he gonna attack someone or what's going on? But nothing happened. They didn't use him. They only used him in dark matches.
Yeah, which is messed up.
Which is messed up, man. I bet, like, bro, if he literally went to AEW under a different name, I bet he will get used like crazy. Cause like, dude's talented. Dude's a monster.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to AEW or Impact.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Cause Impact is like a little bit doing well, but at the same time, no one knows Impact like that.
Because they're waiting for them to get on Access, and then they can start getting back up. But they're not on Access yet.
I also heard that NWA is doing a show on YouTube.
Yes, the Power Show. It's basically an old school venue wrestling where they'll do the studio wrestling. That's the name of it. They're doing studio wrestling, and it looks like a legit old school studio wrestling. It has no entrance music. It's quite nice, and it's credibility. And I actually saw the first main event for Power between Nick Aldis and Tim Storm.
That was great. A decent, good match.
It was a good match. It was good. It was good for a starter. But then I watched the Homicide match with King from the guy from Impact that did the OGs.
Yeah, King his name. Eddie Kingston.
Kenny Kingston. There it is.
Yeah, Eddie Kingston.
Dude, that main event was amazing. It was actually really good tag team wrestling. The Wild Cards are a really strong, powerful team, and then of course you got the really good guys, Kenny King and Homicide. So yeah, it was great. It was actually really, really, really good. And the NWA's got something brewing there. And I'm guessing since I saw
Eli Drake will be versus James Storm.
Eli Drake versus James Storm
for the national championship.
I could get down with that.
Yeah,
Can't
definitely.
you? I could totally get down with that. So NWA Power is also getting good stuff. So all the wrestling companies are like bouncing back and forth. So it's really good. Like we have
New
Power
Japan
on.
I just saw King of Pro Wrestling. That was a dope pay-per-view.
I have to go watch that. But
yeah, it was
really,
a dope.
really
I will say this right now. El Phantasmo, Will Ospreay, match of the night, I think.
Oh, Phantasma took on Ospreay. Oh, I need to watch that.
For the title, for the
I need to watch that.
That was a match. That was a hell of a match.
Bro, I need to watch that. I love Phantasma. Dude's amazing.
Oh yeah, and Jushin Thunder Liger versus Suzuki, which that was also a match.
Oh my god, I need to watch that.
You missed a lot, and I think Sonata versus Okada part 2.
Part 3.
Three.
Three.
It was a hell of a match.
They're pulling the Omega Saga.
Yeah, it was a hell of a match.
I'll definitely probably go watch those probably tomorrow or something. Like, dude, I need to catch up.
I think that El Phantasmo and Will Ospreay, I think they killed it.
I mean, it's Phantasmo though. Dude's incredible in the ring. Dude's incredible in the ring.
Though, I feel like though. I will say this right now. Will Ospreay's chops are hard. I will say that right now.
That is a fact.
His chops have gotten harder. I will say that.
I know.
Could they be as hard as Walter's now? That's the question. Could they be as hard as Walter's? That will be the question. And also, ladies and gentlemen, as earlier we were talking about with Lewis and about Fozzy,
Yep.
I just wanted to announce this, that I raided the FSW chat. I destroyed the whole chat. I
Yep.
ruined it, actually, the funny part. I
Yeah,
beat
of all
Lewis.
people, ruined it. Ruined it to crazy. Crazy,
Yep.
crazy, crazy.
I beat that asshole Lewis.
Yep.
Finally. And then he wants to complain, saying that that I reversal burned even though I was using strikes on him, and he reversed it. So that's technically a you problem. That's your fault. You reversed.
That is a you problem for sure.
You reversed it. Your fault. And it
Yep.
was a good match, I will say that. But at the same time, you want to talk trash and do all this stuff. All right, bet. I back up my stuff. You didn't back up yours.
Yeah, you just back up your stuff, bro.
Then I shutted you up, and then you want to call me a cheat the next second? Alright, bet. I ruined your whole chat.
Yep.
Funny thing about FSW, guys, is that is a pissant company.
It is, man.
Pissant.
It is, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the stream. With me and Brian talking about wrestling, stuff like that. And Brian, hopefully we can do these more often, at least once a week or so, where we talk about basically
definitely.
wrestling and other events in our community, stuff like that. And ladies and gentlemen, also, I am announcing this right now. Me and Brian will be hosting a watch party at his house on November 9th. To watch Full Gear. And I will be there. Ladies and gentlemen, follow my Instagram if you haven't. It's notorious_M.
Follow me at Brian with 2 N's and 2 underscores. You can follow me there.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be broadcasting live on Instagram. I'll be going live as me, my bro Brian, and the rest of his crew will be enjoying one hell of a night and one memory that we'll probably never forget.
Because we will be reacting to Fully Geared and the awesome John Moxley versus Kenny Omega. I'm guessing either probably a Falls Count Anywhere. We haven't seen the announcement yet, but it is going to happen. Just give it time.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, please make sure don't forget to subscribe. Same with Brian. And we will see you on the next podcast of part 3 of the week of Wrestling Week Talk.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much.